Hi, everyone, and welcome to JSA TV, where we're coming to you today live from the floor of Data Cloud Global Congress here in beautiful Cannes, France. It's day one. We're off to a great start. This is our first conversation of the day. So, Scott, thank you for being brave, joining us here.
My pleasure. Happy to be first.
Yeah, and happy to introduce you, Scott Armul, who's the Chief Product and Technology Officer at Vertiv. Yeah, thank you for joining us. We chatted last year, this same time. So interested to hear. Vertiv always has so much happening. Some of us were able to be at the awards last night and saw your name shortlisted many times. And tell us a little bit just about how the show is going for you as we start the week here in France. How are you feeling?
Certainly. Yeah, hard to believe it's been a year.
It is hard to believe.
How time flies. We've been very busy. From a Vertiv perspective, the portfolio is growing, the team is growing, our capabilities are expanding. So a lot of our engagement here at the show is about connecting and making sure we're talking to the right customers, we're sending the right message, we're delivering and kind of building the team, the skill sets, the capabilities in the way that I think the data center market and the industry in a whole is going to need. So it's fun. It's engaging. It's exciting.
It is. It's a busy show. It's busy every year, and it's always one that I know that we all look forward to, and it's always nice to see you here. A lot of the conversation, of course, no surprise, is around AI. People are talking about AI factories. What is that? How do you sort of think of that when you think of how that changes the landscape from the traditional development of data centers to these AI supercenters?
Sure. You think about what cloud computing was and what data centers were even as short as 3 to 5 years ago. The load profiles are fundamentally different. What an AI factory needs to be is really about extreme densification. It's really about incredible scale, and it's about a fundamentally different load profile, meaning GPUs, TPUs, new types of silicon that is running at much higher temperatures, much more power, and in much tighter spaces. It really changes the dynamics of what we're optimizing for. So you think of a data center used to be kind of focused primarily on reliability and uptime and availability and ultimately then performance. But an AI factory is really about how do we produce the most tokens per second, the best tokens per kilowatt. Kind of the fundamental economics of an AI data center are different. And so how we need to think about design, how we need to think about products and solutions that kind of unlock that performance and best use the power that's coming into a data center site changes maybe the calculus a little bit of what is a good design and what are we optimizing for and what does a really fundamentally good solution for the industry look like. And that's really where Vertiv has been focusing our attention.
Yeah, so interesting. And yeah, tokens are the big word of the year, I think. But you can't have a conversation around AI without also having the conversation about power come up, right? And so as these, the demand for AI is driving these power constraints, how are you addressing that concern at Vertiv?
Yeah. Power availability, I think, is probably, if not one, it's 1A in terms of the priority topics that folks are talking about. And really, when you talk about power, it boils down to a few different things. It's power availability and how do I get more of an interconnect? How do I get more power delivered to a data center when you want it? But it is also about kind of the fundamental behavior change of what a data center has become. It is now a large grid interconnected asset that has a fundamental effect on the performance, the effectivity, the relationship with the grid. And so I think we're as an industry recognizing that those data center assets need to be treated differently to manage things like fault tolerance and voltage ride through and frequency response, things that weren't really in the vocabulary or the vernacular of a data center even as recently as 3 years ago. So when we think about how a data center solution needs to be articulated and defined, we think about power in general, what we need to deploy into a data center site to make it able to better ride through and be grid interactive and be a better grid citizen really needs to incorporate and be put into the design. So we think about things like proliferation of energy storage, of connectivity of UPS assets, power system assets, medium and low voltage switchgear, all the way down into the power distribution in the GPU rack itself. All of that needs to be thought through, orchestrated, and designed as a system. and really controlled in a different way such that it isn't a bunch of interdependent systems. We can actually develop and design something that helps us to maybe unlock some of that stranded power that can be used for deploying more GPUs or can be used to kind of connect a grid faster.
Right. And the next thing that comes up, I think, so we have AI, we have power, and then it's how can we do it as fast as possible, right? So the speed to scale, and how do we accelerate the development of these AI factories, if we want to refer back to that term. But how would you respond on that?
Yeah, I think the factory word is appropriate because we're trying to figure out how to build at scale. We're trying to figure out how to go faster and be more effective in scaling to the level that our industry needs to unlock kind of the performance and the capability of AI and just high performance compute in general. There's a couple of other constraining factors, and we talk about it a ton here at this show, of the availability of skilled labor, the number of people that will be required on sites that are 100 megawatts, 250 megawatts. We talk about gigawatt campuses. The number of trades and construction crews and program management folks that are needed to kind of enable this throughput and this volume is incredible. So one of the key areas that we're focused on in order to unlock that speed element, which is now core to folks' business models, is how do we think about designs ahead of time? How do we work on reference architectures and other frameworks tailored to GPUs and deployment types that consider all of these variables that data center operators and developers need to consider? We think through the designs ahead of time and move away from this idea of bespoke data centers and tailored data centers for every single deployment. And then we work on things like fundamentally bringing a lot of the construction work back into a factory environment. Concepts of prefabricated and manufactured infrastructure as opposed to field built, field deployed, custom one-offs every single time. That's really kind of the key, in our opinion, to unlocking a different level of scale, a different level of converged infrastructure performance. And quite frankly, it unlocks speed, throughput, and volume in a way that we just can't fundamentally do with maybe the constraints of typical or traditional field work.
Interesting. Yeah, there's certainly so much. I mean, it continues to be the case, and even more so to your point, that none of this is possible without the teams of people and the systems that you have built and have supported at Vertiv. So thank you. I know we have said it's a busy week here, so we really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come speak to us. Anything else, any final words before I set you free?
No, appreciate that. Always a pleasure to join you guys. And I know it's a busy show, but I think it puts the right emphasis on where everyone's head's at in the industry and the space.
Absolutely.
And it's a busy time and it's an exciting time. So thank you very much.
So all the right people in all the right rooms and good conversations. So thank you. Appreciate it. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in to JSA TV. Until next time.